Okay, and between now and next week, we probably need to get this figured out. This part right here, I've done a lot of the work for you on these problems. You gotta find two answers for x. You got x squared and x. You have your 0, the three terms, GCF t. I did the t 3 times -4. That failed. Okay, so we use a quadratic formula. Put a plus minus sign. What's the opposite of -2? 2. Now make a square root, and then your first parentheses in there is to the second power. Minus, always a minus, 3 straight parentheses. Okay. Okay, so the b squared, so b is -2. And always a 4. A is 3, and c is -4. Then on bottom I have 2 and whatever a is, so a is 3. Circle the 2, circle the big square root, and circle 2 and 3. So, you know you got 2, and then you know you got 2 times 3, which is 6, square root. So second, and hit the x to the second power button, a square root pops up. You need to make 2 parentheses at the beginning. So what's the first number? -2. Close it, and that's to the second power. So you need to hit the x squared key, second power. And then after the second power, you have minus, then a 4, a 3, and a -4. Okay. Hit equals 7.21. That's not what you put here. That's what you put after the plus minus. Because you have 2 plus minus. This equaled 7.21. And 2 times 3 is 6. So I take 2 plus 7.21 equals, divide by 6, 1.54. And then 2 minus 7.31, hit equals, divided by 6, -0.89. Okay, next problem, 2 answers, x squared and x, so you have to draw your factoring boxes, 3 terms, GCF t. This time the GCF was negative because you had a negative and 1, so if it's -1, you have to do it. It's been kicked out. After I divide by -1, this is my A, B, and C, okay? Not up here anymore. We're right here. If you do a GCF, you have an A, B, C from here. Okay, 2 times -16, -32, difference of 5. That's impossible, so it's a fail. What's the opposite of plus 5? -5. Okay. Parentheses to the second, minus 3 parentheses in a row. Extend that. This is B. B would be 5, +5 now. And then 4, A. A is 2, positive. C is 16, negative. Then I have 2, 2. Okay, so I've got -5. Square root, 2 and 2. Well, I know that's -5. I know on the bottom 2 times 2 is 4. And plug that into your calculator. Second, x to the second square root, you need to make 2 parentheses at the beginning. First number I have is a 5. Close the parentheses, but then you got to close it, raise it to the second power. Minus, and then 4, 2, -16. Okay, I got 12.37, so that square root is equal to 12.37. And I go from there. -5 plus 12.37 equals, divided by 4, 1.84. -5 minus 12.37 equals, divide by 4, -4.34. Okay, next page. Two answers. You had x squared and x, and the zeros there. 3 terms GCFT. So 2 times 11's GCF's 1, so I crossed it out. It's positive 1. 2 times negative 11, negative 22, difference of 3 is impossible. Fail. Okay, so the opposite of the b, plus 3, so it's negative 3. Square root, first parentheses to the second, minus 3 straight. b is 3. 4, a is 2. C, negative 11. And then I've got 2 and 2. Okay, so I've got the negative 3, got 2 times 2, and the square root of all that crap. So you got negative 3 for sure. 2 times 2 is 4. You got 4 on the bottom. Square root. So second, x is second. You need 2 parentheses. Okay, I want to put a 3 in there, close it, but that one's to the second power. Minus 4, 2, negative 11, boom, 9.85. So negative 3 plus 9.85 equals, divide by 4, 1.71. Negative 3 minus 9.85 equals negative 12.85 divided by 4, negative 3.21. Okay, next problem, 2 answers. I got x squared and x. Okay, so I have to have, before I did my boxes, I had to get rid of everything on this side, but I'm here now. So ABC, GCF's positive 1, that's it. ABC, 7 times negative 5 is negative 35, difference of 3. That's impossible, that's a fail. So the opposite of B is 3. Parentheses second, minus 3 parentheses in a row. And B, so B is negative 3. Then A is 7, and C is negative 5. Okay, and I got 2 and 7. So I got 3. 2 times 7 is 14 for sure. I figure out the square root of all that crap. Square root, double it. Negative 3 is first number to the second power. Minus a 4, a 7, and a negative 5. 12.21. So I take 3 plus 12.21 equals, divide by 14, 1.09. 3 minus 12.21 equals, divide by 14, and that's negative 0.66. This is how I want story problems formatted when there's just one answer. And not a max, okay, just a seconds answer. You got seconds to go on feet. X is seconds, Y is feet. Feet per second's 45. Okay, this is a parabola, so it's gravity. Negative 16x to the second power plus 45x plus the 3 you started at equals Y. Well, 25 feet, it's 25 feet. That's Y, so 25 went in for Y, and then I needed to move it over here. And now there's 3 terms. GCF, negative 1, so you had to do it, but your ABC comes from here. I am not going to do a T-chart with numbers in the hundreds. That's fail. I go to my quadratic formula. So the opposite of B is 45, plus or minus the square root. B squared, squared means the second power, minus 4AC. So B is negative 45, then 4. A is 16, C is positive 22. 2 and 16. Okay. So you got this, the square root, and 2 times 16. So I've got 45. 2 times 16 is 32. And I punch that square root into the calculator. Second square root, double it. Negative 45. Second minus 4. 16. 22. 24.84. 45 plus 24.84 equals, divide that by 32, 2.18. 45 minus 24.84 equals, and then divide that by 32, 0.63. Now 2.818 makes more sense for a time, so that's going to be my answer.